Okay, so this might be the tank that's hardest to film because it's right by my recliner, which I love because I get to see my betta fish all the time when I'm working. He gets to hang out right by me and my office recliner where I sit and work and teach from. So he is a handsome blue and black crown tail, half moon, and he is hoping that I get my act together. We are working with Miss Jinx Aquatics, Rachel O'Leary, to re-scape this tank. You can see this is just like a hodgepodge tank. So it started as everything was in these pots, and I was growing plants out, you know, because you get the aquacultured plants, and they're great. But they're tiny. And so I put like the crypts in here to grow them out, and you can see there's red, bronze, and green all in that one pot, and it's super heavily density. That pot had Rheopus, which did terrible in my water, and then of course some more Anubias petite. Love this plant. It works, I think, in everything. You see that little tiny baby is coming off of it, and so that's hooked up to another piece of that. So originally this was a plant grad, and I had shrimp in it, and then I had a betta in shrimp, and then that betta passed away, and I had just a couple shrimp left in the betta, and it needs a water change. Sorry guys, water added. And then so the shrimp, I put all these shells. These are shells that weren't shell dweller approved, i.e. like things that were just too small or where they could possibly get stuck in. So I pulled those out of the other tank because I didn't want to possibly injure a shell dweller. But I put them in here so that it would have more dissolved calcium for the shrimp, and the shrimp did great. The betta did not eat any of the shrimp. He ate shrimp babies. So once the adults passed away, I had no shrimpies left. For the longest time, it was just this guy and one big old female cherry shrimp. So he does really well with other fish. So the idea for this tank is that we're going to put some nice rock work in here, and of course it's going to be kind of small scale. This is a 5.5 or 5 gallon, so it's going to be some rock work, and I want some branches that kind of like come out of the tank, which I think would be really neat. And then going to rescape the tank, maybe plant these. This is a planting substrate, so, and I have tons more of it because you buy a 20-pound bag and you need like 4 cups for a 5-gallon tank. So you're gonna play with some planting and maybe put this in under soil. Interesting thing with the chula is it's great for shrimp because it degrades and they can eat it and they peel off of it. But this has been in here for about 2 years, and it basically will break apart like this piece here at this point. So I could break this in half easily and kind of plant part of it under the soil, and those plants could still stay stuck on there because they're rooted into it now. You can see the roots all the way through. He's all like, "Are you gonna feed me some more? I'm hanging out in the feeding spot." Always feed him right here so he gets used to that. So this tank's pretty cool. It's filtered with a breeder box. It's a custom to hang on the back here. So it's a pump-driven one because I hate the air bubble thing. And the pads need to be replaced. But I made that first division section into pre-filter with some filter floss and polyfill. And then we've got a bag of just small media. And then in the back here, I put alternative stuff, but I have decided, so wisteria can grow in and out of water. So I've been playing with it, and you can see this piece here it's getting the out of water, it's got the hairs on it, the leaf structure is different. So the die off here is the piece, you know, because I just trimmed some out of the tank and stuck it in. So then there's new growth that's out of water plant. And so like I put Paraguay or whatever in there if I need to remove any chemicals. This guy, that actually does not put out enough flow. So it's getting terrible scum on the top. And I know ideally bettas don't want a ton of flow. There's a little air pump in the back. Just put some bubbles in the heater. But this guy, it's just a, I don't know, Aqueon or whatever, top fin. You know, it has just a little, and that's supposed to be the biological. And then back there is some more Paraguay to keep clear water, which needs to be changed. I also got some of that polyfill stuff that's good for removing yick from the water, but can be cut down to size. And so, I mean, this tank is the one I see the most. I mean, I watch my other two tanks all the time, but this one, like literally, this is where I work. This is where I do my job when I'm not in the classroom. So it's like, sure be nice if the tank that's right there, I see 8 hours a day, 3 or 4 days a week, was cooler looking. So that one's getting a revamp, and I hope to show that off as it proceeds. Right now we're waiting for Miss O'Leary to have new rock shipped to her so we can start getting the rockscape done. And then hopefully he's going to get, after we get rocks and plants and all that set out, then he is going to get some cool new tank mates, some shrimp or maybe some small fishies. You know, so he has people to play with. Bettas really like to interact, and they're not near as aggressive as everyone thinks they are, unless you put another beta in there. So I'm excited to see what happens with this one. Alright, well those are my 3 tanks. Wish I had more to show you. Someday I'll have a house and probably a whole fish room. I'd love to have lots more fish to watch and play with, although the kitty would get jealous, although she loves the fish as much as I do. Don't you, Lavender? Yeah. Alright, see you guys later.